What's up, y'all? We're back for episode 3 of One More Chance, and we just gonna get straight into it. We get back from the debacle slash fight slash plate throwing, glass throwing that was going on with Roly Poly and the two sisters, and they kind of get them separated and whatnot. Roly Poly goes outside with the rest of the girls, and Yodela is outside with the two sisters. And everybody else that is with Roly is basically saying the same thing, like, if they were talking about your kids, then it was foul. Like, Sharice was even saying, like, yeah, that's foul, considering the fact that you was talking about me, calling me Botox pussy, and she's like, that's worse than that. So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. In the other scene, we got Yodela pretty much saying, like, Chance is not going to go for this, because she basically feel like there's nobody here for Chance, because everybody here is fighting each other and too busy trying to fight. And she's basically saying, like, he's not here for that anymore. He done did that last season. And he thought he had a great group of girls here, and it's looking like it's the same old mess. And then, as she's outside with the girls are talking shit, calling Roly Poly a fat ass, talking about she can't see her P-U-S-S-Y because she's too big, calling her 500 pounds, da-da-da-da, just going back talking shit, just doing back and forth stuff. So, they're just doing the same thing. Them two girls want Roly gone. Roly wants them two girls gone. There was another funny little scene where Roly's sitting outside, like she's sitting, like I said, she's sitting outside with the girls, and Nadi, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She ain't got too much screen time, so I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name. But she ends up saying to Roly, I don't even know what she was saying, but she was trying to talk to Roly, and Roly's basically telling her, like, nah, shut up. Just shut up, don't talk to me. Because if you start saying something, at this point, I'm ready to do what I need to do and fire off on anybody. At this point, I don't care about these cameras, I don't care about this TV shit. Like, shut up, don't talk to me. It's funny too, because Sonya is sitting there. Sonya's the mom. So she gets in there and she's sitting there next to Roly, and she's basically telling Nadi, like, calm down, shut up, don't speak. And Nadi's still talking, and then at that point, Sonya's like, man, I done told her to shut the fuck up. She ain't shutting up. She goes from sitting over there next to Roly and then going to the other couch. She basically just hopped from couch to couch, said, like, look, Roly, I done tried to tell her to shut up and not speak and leave you the fuck alone, because you keep running your mouth, you're gonna get popped. And if that's what's gonna happen, that's what's gonna happen, because I done told her to shut up and she don't know how to shut up. So if you gotta fight her, fight her. So the next scene, we end up, I don't know if this is the same day, but they're in different clothing. We got Roly Poly, we got Stormy, we got Tokyo, and we got Miko and Sonya outside. And this is a little funny scene, because Roly Poly, I mean, these girls right here, yeah, these girls right here are like a core group that, in my opinion, they're this, how many is it? 5? The 5 of them are probably the most authentic for me. Like, in terms of just how they're acting, they're just being themselves. And Roly's basically talking about how she don't have to apologize for putting her hands on the beach, which I agree, you don't have to. I don't feel like she should. Like, I mean, in the moment, if that's what you felt like doing, that's what you felt like doing. You don't have to apologize about it. And they're all basically sitting there saying the same thing. Stormy basically said, like, I'm not here for these girls and they drama. I'm not the type that's gonna be sitting out here fighting. I'm gonna distance myself from that, which is smart. Because, I mean, that just adds unneeded energy going your way, as well as it puts you on the radar for somebody that could possibly end up going home. But Tokyo's saying the same thing, like, the same thing as Roly Poly, saying, like, if you put your hands on me, if I beat your ass, I beat your ass. Like, I'm not apologizing for shit. And they all just sitting there laughing. And I had to note this one part. Miko in her little confessional direct-to-camera interviews, I find it funny because she's sitting at an angle. Each one of hers, she sits at an angle like this. All right, so we finally get somewhere, y'all. So we got to the names. So I had wrote all the names down and a little bit of notes behind it. So I think this is the same. No, it's a different day because Roly was wearing something different. I want to say she was, but I can't remember. So we start off with Danny. Danny's the blonde. She comes down there, and as she comes down there, Dominique is the main one talking shit out of all of these girls about each one of them. And Tokyo was talking too. But they basically talking about her body, saying that she looked like a blow up doll and yada yada yada. So Danny ends up getting the name Danny Dashian, because she kind of reminds Chance of a Kardashian. Next, we got Diamond. Diamond is the light skin, the one that was in the first episode. In the first episode, she was kind of talking shit in the room with Danny and Stormy. So yeah, that's who she is. She comes down there. She basically tells him that she dances and whatnot. She's an Instagram model, yada yada yada. And he initially wanted to call her Bleezy because she smokes blunts. And she's like, I don't want to do that. No, don't call me that. Like, call me something else. And he ends up saying Shine. And she seemed like she didn't like that either, but she ended up taking it because she had no choice. So then we move on to the sisters, Gabriella and Maria. Roly Poly talking shit too, as usual, because Chance ends up calling the Biggie Smalls. And Gabriella is saying she ain't fat. She says she ain't big. She says she's thick. And Roly in the background saying, nah, she fat as fuck. Like, that's why you call her Biggie, because you fat. Take that waist trainer off. So, I mean, they gonna cook each other. They all cooking each other up, so it's funny. But Biggie is Gabriella and Smalls is Maria. Next we move on to Shashana. That is the skinny white girl. She's a server. Basically, Chance was talking shit, talking about how she needs to eat her food, that she out here serving these customers. Instead of just talking about because she's skinny, and she's saying like she got a high metabolism, which is why she's still skinny. But she looked like she got some muscle to her. She got some tone. Like, she ain't just straight bones, but she got some muscle to her. They ended up calling her Slim. She liked the name Slim. Next, we got Louisa. I think that's how you say her name. That's the one that looked like the baseball, like Babe Ruth. And, well, she don't look like Babe Ruth, but, you know, you get what I'm saying. She ends up having to go up there and talk about her, and she ends up saying that she's got 3 kids. She got 3 kids, and these 3 kids, one is 23, one is 19, and one is 17 years old. So I'm like, how old are you? Because I wasn't expecting her to be, I don't know, something about it. I wasn't expecting her to be old, but I wasn't expecting her to have a kid that's 3 years younger than me. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, so they ended up calling her Baby Ruth. I don't know why he's saying Baby Ruth. It's Babe Ruth, but he's saying Baby Ruth. And Dominique was still talking shit, per usual. Like, per usual, just talking shit. Next was Stoney. Stoney comes up. Stoney is a stylist. She's from New York. He's basically, because with Danny, he asked Danny if she knew who he was. And she's like, no, I don't even know who you are. I don't know what your name is. And that was red flags for Micah. He's like, I don't even understand why she's here. Like, if you don't know who I am, if you don't know who he is, then that's a problem. Because we're on season 2. But Stoney ends up basically telling him, yeah, I know who you are. She says his government name, when he was born, all that. So he ends up calling her Skittles because she got the red hair. So that's what she's called. We move on to Tokyo. Tokyo comes out. He ended up calling her Pumpkin, and she's like, nah, don't call me Pumpkin. Like, I'm not here for that. But she ends up talking about how she sponsors WAPs, wet ass pussies. And I was like, I didn't understand. And she said she sponsors the community. And I was like, I still don't understand it. Like, I didn't understand what she meant by that, but they ended up calling her Wop Wop. So then we move on to Nadi. Nadi comes in. She's from Milan. She says she loves that Chance is really funny. She likes the fact that he doesn't take himself too seriously, yada, yada, yada. So they ended up calling her Smiles because she's got a really nice smile when she smiles. Chance likes her smile. She does have a nice smile. She's a very beautiful woman. So it's very fitting. Next, we move on to Dominique. Dominique is the crazy one. Well, I ain't even call her crazy. She just talks shit. She's the shit talker out of the group. She gets on there, she's been all season so far. She's very confident. She basically just talking her shit. She works at a hospital. She's saying that she can take care of him, yada, yada, yada. Just kind of just going off facts and things that you would want to hear from a woman as a man when they're trying to pursue you. So she just starts saying all that stuff, and he's like, look, like we got a winner right here. And she's saying what she needs to say. He's saying that she's sweet. He don't know that she be out here talking shit. So we'll see how far that goes and see how far she goes with him. But they ended up calling her Brown Sugar. So far, she's got the best name, if you ask me. So then we move on to Charisse. Charisse does that slow walk, as she always does, like the slow, seductive walk. She got this face going on. Charisse is very calculated. So she comes on down there and they laughing and they basically saying like she either slow walking because she got a bum ankle or she's slow walking because she's trying to seduce him, and that's exactly what she's doing. She ends up saying that she's 33 years old. Everybody in there was not believing that. They was basically saying that Botox might be 33 years old, but it's not you. And that was crazy. I'm like, what? And then she says she ends up looking like, she says that she looks like Beyonce, sounds like Rihanna. And then she says she got WAP like Cardi and Megan, which I found quite funny. I'm like, these girls is hyping themselves up. And you never know. I mean, it could be true, but we'll see. So she ended up getting called bad and bougie, which definitely fits her. She's definitely bougie. I don't know about the bad part yet. We'll see that soon, but bougie, yeah, definitely. Next, we got my favorite. That's the I Get It. This one right here. She catches your eye every time she's on there. I like her southern accent. And I'm talking about Khadijah. Khadijah comes down there. She's got the tats. She was in the army, and it was funny too what she said. She said, like, look, I was in the army, so if you want me to put a hit out on one of these girls, I got you. And Chance likes her and ends up calling her Soldier Girl. That's a funny name too. So far, she got I say her and Dominique Brown Sugar got the best names so far. So then we got Stormy. Stormy, I like Stormy. Stormy is she is very much going to defend herself. I like how headstrong she is. I like how she doesn't fold for anybody. He starts talking about her hair again and continues to call her, what do you call it, Nest. And she's like, yeah, don't be calling me that shit. Like, that, she feels like it's very I don't want to say anti-black, but it's like you're attacking black culture, which it is true. Like, she's not lying. Like, why are you sitting here making fun of her natural hair? Like, I don't understand that. But he ends up, she talks about how she's been in a metal band. She was a singer. I guess she was the lead singer of the metal band. She used to be a dominatrix. I can believe that because she has a very dominant personality. She's not one that you're gonna walk all over, which I like. I love that. And she's beautiful too. So he ends up calling her Fluffy. She likes that name. She says she liked that name a lot better than calling her fucking Ness. Like, yeah, that fits better. And it was funny too because she was basically continuing to own what she was wanting to say and say what she wanted to say. And he was trying to tell her to turn her around and basically show him her ass. And she's like, I ain't got no ass back here. Like, and he's like, turn around. And she was like, she's not trying to turn around, but she ends up walking back doing the catwalk. She's funny. She got a lot of personality, and I like watching her. So yeah, we move on to Rolly. So Rolly and Miko start walking down together. And I was looking too, because Miko was in front of Rolly. Rolly claimed she was in front, but knew she wasn't in front. She ended up pushing her out of the way and getting up there to the front. So Miko's back there waiting on Rolly to finish. Rolly doesn't get another name, which I don't think she needed one. She definitely didn't need another name. Rolly Polly Snack Meals, I mean, that's what she's known as now. Like, there's no need to switch it up. So we'll move on to Miko. Miko comes down there, and then Chance calls the mama to come down there too, because they're kind of like a package deal. And you can tell Miko's trying to separate herself from her mom in the house. Like, she don't want to be connected as one. But they keep bringing them together, and Sonya ends up saying that she's going to be 60 years old here soon. And Mike is like, nah, I don't see that. I don't see that happening for Chance. Like, you 60 years old, and Chance probably like in his late 30s. Nah, that's not going to work in terms of what Mike is thinking, and we all know that's not going to work. But they ended up getting Chance some crystals and just trying to be what they need to be on the show. But he ends up calling her Sonya Grand T, because he's basically saying that she's kind of got the energy of a grandma and an auntie, and then ends up calling Miko Dottie, daughter T. I don't know what the T comes from, but okay. And then we got Rosie. Rosie comes down. This is the one with no ass. She said it herself, she ain't got no ass, and he ends up calling her no ass, and then he said that he wanted to call her flatback. Now this was the funniest part. That's fucked up. Like, calling her flatback. And she said, nah, you ain't finna call me flatback. Like, if you gonna call me flatback, I'm gonna call you shrimp dick. And she was giving it back to him the whole time. And it was so funny. She was checking him. She's like, if you gonna sit here and call me flatback, I'm gonna call you shrimp dick. Like, she literally was on his head. And Yodeler was laughing, and she's like, none of these girls wanna be who they really are. You got a flat back. Be flat back. Yodeler, you know you wouldn't go for that. But she ended up saying, they ended up giving her Bombshell as the name because she blew up Micah's bathroom, which ain't no better. That is so funny. Like, Bombshell would sound good without that backstory, but knowing that backstory and the reason why they're calling you Bombshell, hell nah. But it's funny. She took it. I mean, it is what it is. And lastly, we got Yodeler. Yodeler comes down. She's the best, as she says. She got her teeth done. She's still yodeling. Chance wanted to keep her. He wanted her to keep the girls in check, and Yodeler's like, nah, I'm not here to be babysitting these grown-ass women. Like, I'm here for you. She's showing him, I'm here for you. Like, nah, I'm not doing the shit. But yeah, so we about to move on to the elimination, and that is what's about to happen. We're finally about to lose some girls, maybe, because you remember last season, the first elimination, I don't think they had sent anybody home. They tried to fake it out like they did, but they didn't. But let's see, the elimination, we got Rolly. Rolly's talking about how she's nervous. Stormy's nervous. Because Stormy feel like it's her attitude, and like she said, she basically said, you just don't like strong women. That's basically what she got to. and she feels like that could be the reason why she could go home. But Broly ends up telling Chance that apparently the sisters were saying fuck her son and yada yada yada. But we ended up getting to the elimination. I'm just gonna run on through it real quick. First up was Yoda. Yoda was the first one to go. Chance claiming that he don't feel like she's still, like she's there for him at all. And she's saying like, yeah, I'm here for you, but I don't feel good right now. So he ends up giving her her hat. She goes off upstairs, chill. And then we just go down the line. We got Smiles. Smiles, she was the first one under Yoda, which is what she was feeling happy about. She's like, I'm the first one under her to get a hat, so she feeling like she is a top dog in the game. Next was Brown Sugar. She was nervous. Chance was basically telling her like, you ain't been in nothing really. I just don't want you to get lost in the sauce. Basically, just don't do too little. Even though she's been a very prominent figure on the show with her shit talking, but maybe he just don't see that. Next was Soldier Girl, aka Khadijah. She was confident about going down there. She's there for him. He gave her her hat. Next was Bad and Bougie, which is Sharice. I don't feel right saying these people's names, like these nicknames, because I know their names now. But yeah, he thinks that she's just there for fun and show, just to show off who she is and whatnot. He don't feel like she's there for him. She said that she's there for him. But next we got Slim, then we got Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth came, and when Baby Ruth came, I already knew she was going home. But he was basically saying like, you quiet and you got too much shit going on at home. You got all these kids at home. He basically said you got your own little baseball team, aka he just was finding a reason to send her home because, as you can tell, out of all the women there, she's easily the one that he is not attracted to. That's simple and that's just clear. And then we just got Bombshell, we got Dottie and Granty, Skittles, Shine, Wop Wop, Biggie. Well, not Biggie, Smalls. They all got their hats. But the thing is with Smalls and Biggie, they called them down together. The smaller sister, she got her hat. The other one was told to go stand back there and wait to see if she gets another hat. So next was Rolly. Rolly got down there. She got her hat. Fluffy, Fluff, which is Stormy. She got her hat. And then he ends up calling Biggie down, which is Gabriella. And there's no more hats at this point. He ends up sending her home. And then he ends up calling her back, as we already knew. Like, he's not going to send her home because she's got a big storyline. At least right now, she's not going home no time soon. I just don't see him sending her home. I don't see him sending her sister home. I mean, out of the two, the sister would be the one I would think would be the one to go home first because she doesn't have that big of a personality as her sister does. Rolly, like I said, Rolly ain't going home no time soon. Yodel ain't going home no time soon. I don't feel like Stormy's gonna go home anytime soon. Just off of just their personality alone. You can't send home the big personalities. I feel like Tokyo will be around. I feel like Khadijah's definitely gonna be around. I feel like, who else? Brown Sugar's gonna be around for a while. But yeah, so we got all of those done. So the only person that went home was the one girl that we all knew was gonna go home. But let's watch this trailer and see what we got next week. All right, let's see here. She gonna go somewhere?
Like he came from a good way.
I don't need you talking to me. Your job is to be here for Chance.
These girls do.
I kind of felt like that was coming. When she started with her earlier in the episode, I felt like there was gonna be some tension, and that's what it's looking like.
Bad. They've been real bad. Man, I think we need to put them in the ring, bro. I need to know who's really...
Didn't I say this is the first episode? Get some gloves and let them box it out. So let's see who gonna box it out.
Yeah,
who got what they
fight
got.
for your boy's love.
Yeah, I don't fight. I shoot.
So, man, since y'all...
Khadijah, I feel that. I feel it. Listen, I ain't trying to promote violence, but I feel her. I feel
I think
her.
y'all so bad, man. I got a special little somebody, man.
Natalie. I knew Natalie ass was in that trailer. I knew she was in that trailer.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So that looked like Tokyo and Gabriella. Let's see.
Special little somebody, man. Let's get ready to rumble!
Wait, is that Tokyo? That's either Tokyo or Rolly. I know that's Gabrielle. That's Tokyo. She was, yeah, that's Rolly. And who was this? Who was that? She can't fight.
Dick stuck your bitch. And yeah, I love that. Come here. I'm about to really beat your ass. You suck my fucking dick, bitch. No.
So they ended up actually fighting. So they was gloved up, and then they ended up wanting to fight afterwards. I mean, hitting them gloves will make you want to do that, especially if you end up losing, especially in front of all the rest of the girls. You're gonna get clowned. But that looks interesting. So we'll see what's going on next week. Yeah, thank y'all for watching. I'm a little subdued because this episode was kind of boring. Truthfully, I didn't really see too much to make me get excited. But this is my review. Thank you for watching. If you do watch, if you do end up watching and watch the whole thing, thumbs up this video, drop a comment down below, subscribe. If you do like what you see, scroll down my page. I got some content that I do have out and I'm continuing to do as well. See if you like something there. Tell me what you want to see from me. If you want to see me react to some shows, if you want to see me react to some clips, something funny, let me know. I'm trying to get this content continuing to roll because I'm looking for ideas just to grow this channel. But yeah, and I want to do some cooking reviews too. So I'm not cooking reviews, cooking videos. So tell me a suggestion what you want me to cook and I will do that and we can go ahead and get that started. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Follow me on my social media that is in the info box and I will see y'all tomorrow if you watch Dancing with the Stars reviews. Me and Rose will be there, but if you only watching me for this, see you next Sunday. Peace.